Good morning. Good morning. I'm at the gym. It's 4:27 a.m. So I went to the doctor yesterday, and the doctor said, and this is kind of an ironic story. The doctor says you can't exercise for a while. I said, okay, what is a while? Doctor, this is a part of my routine. And when I say a part of my routine, it's the equivalent of a quarterback throwing a ball the exact same way for 20 years before he even makes it to the league. So all the way through Pee Wee's, Pop Warner, junior high flag, high school, junior varsity, college, all the way through. I've been throwing this football the exact same way. Routine is everything. Doctor says for a while. I said, what, a couple months? She says, yes. I said, well, doctor, that's a little crazy. We can't do that. I'm not going to get into why we can't do that, but we can't do that. That's just nuts, okay? She says, well, if you keep doing stuff to your arm, you're going to, if there is a slight tear, you're going to increase it. Now, I knew something was wrong when Ricky touched it, and it didn't hurt, but then she said, let me look at it, and it had this huge bulge. It had a huge bulge on it. And I was like, wow, I hadn't even noticed that. Like, I'm with my body all the time. I can't escape my body. I didn't notice the bulge, but it freaked me out. And so I knew it was important. I knew it was serious. And she says, well, don't do anything for a couple months and you'll be back better. So initially my reaction was, this is horrible, because if this gets removed from my routine, everything you do is with your shoulder. Everything. I pick my daughter up. I do curls. Everything has some, it's either a primary or secondary muscle in any action. So I'm sitting there thinking, no. But my mind, when I'm sitting there, immediately shifts. Because I said there's no. No doesn't exist. You can't do it. No. If the arm needs time to heal, that's one thing. I get that. I don't care who you pray to. I don't care how much faith you got. Healing is healing, and that's okay. It's not so much in looking at the situation of it healing. It's, okay, what's next? And I remember immediately sitting there saying, I guess that means I have to hike more. She says, yeah. The weather's changing. That would be a good idea. And I remember a month or so ago. Now I have a restored IROC, a Camaro that I've restored. I don't drive it a whole lot. It sits in the garage. Our other cars have went down. We needed multiple vehicles because of our family. Those cars don't do well in the hot weather. They don't. They were proven in Detroit. They're not hot weather cars, just for whatever reason, how they breathe, the air that they bring in. But I remember thinking, wow, that's very convenient that these other cars went down. And literally, we had a series of vehicles go down under some of the most freakiest fucking conditions I could have imagined. But I remember thinking, wow, this is crazy that these went down exactly when the weather started to change, which is ideal for this car to be driven in. And now my wife drives it all the time. And the same thing when she said, well, your arm, I said, well, I guess that means I got to hike. She says, you know what? The weather's great out right now. Absolutely. And I said, well, I need a little bit more in hiking. So I'm thinking this morning, I'm like, I got to go to the gym. I can't do my pull-ups, my push-ups, because I want to heal. I don't want to partially heal. If there's an alternative to me doing something that will keep me in a healing process while still keeping me moving, I want to keep moving. I don't want to keep hurting myself. I don't want to injure myself. I want to keep moving, but I want to keep moving smart. I don't want to keep moving stupid. I said, well, the weather's great right now. And I started thinking, well, I want to really master this Stairmaster. I want to kill this. I wonder if I can get an hour in. I wonder what levels I can take myself to. I wonder when a door shuts, I wonder what exciting door is getting ready to open for me. It starts to shift. The mind starts looking for, it's like a rat in a cage, right? You ever seen them in those mazes? They don't stop. They hit a dead end, they immediately turn around and they start scattering towards another direction because all they really care about is getting to the cheese. All they care about is getting out of the trap. When the door shuts, you got to find it. You got to have that mentality that I'm not just going to sit there staring at this closed door or this blocked non-entryway. It's not the destination, it's the journey. You're going to run across a lot of things that's going to give you an opportunity to think, that's going to give you an opportunity to evaluate situations. You're going to run across a lot of things that are going to give you a different perspective. But one thing I can promise is if you take the perspective of being the victim, that's a long road. That's a long, destructive, painful road. And that's the road that almost everybody travels. So it's not a special road. But if you take some responsibility, if you bite the bullet, if you do the things you don't want to do, and if when you want to quit, you push through, these ideas start coming to you. These magical, faith-filled ideas come to you. And just because whatever it is that you want doesn't come into fruition immediately, doesn't mean that it's not coming. It just means that maybe you're not ready for it. And, you know, I've had little. I've had good, pretty good. I've had really good. And because it was less than what was intended for me, I squandered it away. I lost it. So in my mind, when nothing is going exactly the way I planned, I just say it's a part of the plan. And I say, well, if I squandered away all the other things, then what will I do with greatness? Well, given enough discipline, enough letdown, enough disappointment, enough lessons, enough taking responsibility, it will prepare you for a level above and beyond anything you can imagine. But there's an asterisk with that. It's not going to be easy. Not at all. It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to seem fair. You're even going to look around at other people, and you're going to have this want to start comparing yourself to them. Why are they in this position and I'm not? I'd warn you against that. I remember this old timer told me, he was a cellie of mine. He told me two really important things. He says, one, he says, I don't come and save my sisters from their boyfriends. If he puts his hands on you once, I give you shelter. If you go back, you deal with that. Two, I never come between a man and a woman in their arguments, a husband and wife. Because what you see on the surface isn't the same as what goes on behind closed doors. And when you're comparing yourself to somebody else, you're making an assumption that you know what goes on behind their closed doors. You know how they protect. All you see is the money, but you assume that there's something else that's going on, and you put this scenario on it that makes it in the best possible light, when in reality, you don't have a clue about what's going on. So you might want to be careful about how you compare yourself. You are unique, and as long as you are doing the right thing, all you need to worry about is the race that you're running. That's it. Door shut. You got to be like a mouse in a maze. You got to keep running for the next one until you get the cheese. Stay blessed. Take care. Talk soon.